Oh my goodness, what year is it even? Hey everybody, it's your pal Hal hanging out with you here on Backchannel. We're doing it. You know what? I know what year it is. It's 2022. Hope you had a happy, safe, festive New Year. Hope you, hope you sidestepped the Omicron. Hope you, but hope you still had all the fun. If you are, if you drank, great. If you didn't drink, great. Yeah, just hope it was safe. And I hope your year has not already gone off the rails. I hope it hasn't careened off the side of a mountain like an 18-wheeler on an icy road. Oh, God forbid. I hope your 2022 is still in mint condition and all the possibilities, all the success, the love, the good times. I hope all the possibilities are still on the table and your year isn't already a colossal failure. Oh, God forbid. I mean, it's January 3rd. It's Monday, January 3rd, 11:04 here in the home office of the Your Pal Hal show in Los Angeles, California. It is 2:05 now on the East Coast, and it is 1:05 in Omaha, Nebraska. And we're going to be with you for 2 hours today, going up until 1 o'clock on the West Coast, going up until 4 o'clock on the East Coast, going up till 3 o'clock in Omaha, Nebraska. And yeah, I would love your participation in the show. I would love for you to communicate with us. I would love for you to talk to us. We already got Kobe, aka My Deal Berry in Alabama, saying what's up, what up, my friend. We got Skill Killer the Rapper up in Oregon. Yeah, I mean, if you want to share some rhymes with us, please feel free. And you can communicate with us by talking to your smart device. Address your smart device, use the magic word say, and then put in anything after that. So let us know how your new year was. Let us know if you made any resolutions. Let us know what you're up to right now. Are you nursing a hangover? Are you back at work, first day of work of 2022? So get your smart device's attention, use the magic word say, and then again, put in anything. Whoa, Travis is out and about. Travis, what's going on?
So, I kid you not, the moment you said colossal failure,
yes,
the power went out.
No. Wow, so Travis is on his phone. Listen, you're seeing this in real time, everybody. Producer Travis doing the best he can, and that's all we can ask for. Producer Travis has, I think we've established at this point, he's got, his internet connection. He lives like in a tenuous place in regards to the power grid, I suppose. Like, what is like you're at, like once a week you're good to just go dark. True or false? Oh, and he just went dark, and now there's just a little black box in the corner of the screen. Oh, God love you, Travis. Wishing you a speedy reconnection of your internet. You know what? This is what happens. This is what happens in live streaming. I could go dark. My power could go out, or I could get attacked by a bird in the middle of the show. Who knows if like in the middle of the show. Oh, Travis, yeah, you disappeared for a second. I just got attacked by a bird. What the hell's going on, pal?
I heard
what
that.
the hell's going on?
I couldn't tell you. Now we have 320-something standing inside a breaker box looking generally confused.
We're gonna get this out, though. 19. Breaker 19. We got a power outage at the producer Travis's house. Breaker 19. 10-4, good buddy. All right, copy that.
I promise I'll be back online as soon as I can.
All right. You know what? Listen, you do you, and don't worry. I will scroll through. I will be self-contained. Rejected segment. Hal gets attacked by a fake bird. Rob Schaefer in the house. I like that. You know what? I might have to. You know what? Actually, real segment because I'm doing it right now. That's just a taste of the nonsense, hilarity, good times that you will experience on the Your Pal Hal Show. Also, want to go on YouTube and communicate with us in the chit chat? Sweet. Or also, you can go to backchannel.tv and communicate with us there. And just an idea of the kind of stuff we're going to get into today. Hopefully, we have producer Travis with us. But if not, we will soldier through. Listen, we're going to make it happen regardless. Sending good vibes to him, though. Please send good vibes to producer Travis to get back online. But we're going to be talking some trending topics, some news. We're going to be talking about pop culture, movies, TV, and there's going to be some comedy. There's going to be some goofs, some gags, and some nonsense. So, are you ready? Are you feeling it, folks? I hope you are. Pierce in the house. Pierce, great to see you back. Thank you for joining us, my friend. So, folks, let me know how your New Year was. Did you have a good New Year's Eve? Did you watch any of the New Year's Eve broadcasts? Did you watch that Anderson Cooper and what's his name, Andy Cohen on Get Drunk on CNN? That's what they always bill it as, like the CNN anchors, like you've never seen them before. And then it's Don Lemon being like, "Let me tell you something." Or did you watch Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson? Everybody's saying that Pete Davidson looked like Beetlejuice up there with Miley Cyrus. Or were you down with Ryan Seacrest? Who knows? Or did you forego all of that? Did you watch a movie? Did you binge watch a TV show? Oh, one of my favorite New Year's traditions. I binge watched the Twilight Zone marathon. Yes, classic 1960s Twilight Zone episodes. I can't get enough. This has got to be like 10th, 15th year in a row that I have watched the old Twilight Zones, and damn it, they are so good. Here's the thing about Twilight Zone episodes. Like you see these you see these shows, like you see these episodes that they are these cool, interesting, weird, scary stories that are told in like a half hour. And then it's like, oh, these shows are as influential as anything in pop culture. Like you can watch these shows and be like, oh, that show or that episode has influenced so many other science fiction, fantasy, psychological thrillers. The Twilight Zone resonates throughout pop culture. If you haven't done a deep dive into the Twilight Zone, the old 1960s Twilight Zone, do yourself a favor. It's real good. Also, one of the cool things about the Twilight Zone is you'll see so many stars in the Twilight Zone that have went on later in their career to do much more, like so many bigger things. And it's like, oh, I saw you back in the day on the Twilight Zone. Like I was just watching randomly, boom, Bert Reynolds. You remember him from Boogie Nights and all sorts of stuff from the 70s, 80s. Bert Reynolds, Smokey and the Bandit. He was in a Twilight Zone episode. Peter Falk, aka Columbo, classic TV detective. He was in a Twilight Zone episode. The Burgess Meredith, you know him as Mickey from the Rocky movies. Yeah, Twilight Zone. He was in the classic one where all he wanted to do was read, and then the world ended, and he was left with all these books. And then spoiler alert, he broke his glasses. Yeah, right. Smooth move. But I love the Twilight Zone. Great stories, great actors. Absolutely worth checking out some old Twilight Zone. Yeah, I kept it low key. I went to a party Friday night, and Rob Schaefer, I see what you did there, and I like it, Rob Schaefer. I went to just a small gathering Friday night of 5 people, 5 people, and everyone there vaxxed, boosted, and then we all tested on Friday. We all did at-home COVID tests, and I'll tell you what, my COVID test, don't have it. Came back negativo, negativo. So, woo! Be safe out there. Hope everyone is keeping it COVID free. That's the only way to fly. And yeah, I had a few drinks. Listen, I had a good time. We played some games. I Ubered, okay, and yeah, that was about it. And then here in LA, everywhere you look, fireworks were going off. So if you had a good view of the town, uh, then if you had a good view of Los Angeles, you could see fireworks going off in every direction. It was like once midnight hit, boom, it was on. Yeah, for real. So I had a lot of fun Friday night. Low key, saw some fireworks and hung out with some friends. Kept it a low key, and then yeah, spent the rest of the weekend. Wasn't too hungover the next day. Took a little Advil the night before. That's the secret. If you are going to throw a few back, for me anyway, that works for me usually. And yeah, watch that Twilight Zone marathon, you guys. That was my exciting. And yesterday I watched some football. Oh yeah, definitely caught a few quarters of a couple of games. Hey, let's see. Producer Travis, I guess, is back in the house. Producer Travis, how's everything down by the airport?
We're back, baby.
Back. Nice. Glad to hear it, Travis.
Good
Travis,
Lord.
give me some give me some intel. How was your New Year's? What'd you end up doing? Give it to us in a nutshell here.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
That was indicative of how the year has gone so far. It has been a struggle from day one, which was
a crap show, a real S storm. What the hell are you talking about, Travis? What's going on? Come on, fill us in.
Well, I shouldn't really count it, but there was the getting to the wedding fiasco, which I abandoned.
Yes, you know what, that kind of counts because it bridges the gap. You expect it to be up there.
And then I ended up having to
for those who sorry to cut you off, Travis. Just a little backstory for folks who weren't following along last week. Travis was supposed to go from Southern California, drive to Northern California on Thursday for a New Year's Eve wedding Friday night, and because of torrential rain, the freeway was closed, and it just became an untenable nightmare situation, and Travis had to cancel his trip to Northern California.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I heard the wedding went great. Everybody was totally cool. You know, nobody was upset by any stretch, which they wouldn't have been anyways. I wasn't worried about that. But
they might have been upset about your casual attire.
Actually, since that, I packed the suit. I had the suit at the ready.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah, you taught me a very important lesson.
Travis, you're growing up before our very eyes.
That's true. Boy, I've gotten so big.
Listen, I'm in my 40s and I'm still growing up.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I was just having a conversation with my 95-year-old grandfather, who I'll be going to see later this week, about growing up and how long that process can extend. Talking about how he's still been learning new things.
Did he have any advice?
Don't stop, I guess. Classic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just
playing the hits.
Playing the hits.
Very nice.
I'm gonna go see him. Sorry, you were saying?
So, I'm glad to hear that. So continue. What else? Is there anything else that has caused your year to go ass over tea kettle already, to go off the rails?
Yeah, a little bit. On my way back from going to the wedding, I decided to stop by an urgent care facility to get a test run because I saw something on myself I didn't like one bit. And I'm waiting on some blood work to get back to see if I have, not contracted, you don't contract it, to see if I have rheumatoid arthritis, which is a mind-numbingly variable condition in terms of outlook and what it can do to you in the short, mid, and long term.
Yeah.
And as I was sitting in the parking lot of the urgent care after
Yes.
getting back from that drive, which was abandoned, I got a text from my the person I was seeing at the time that we weren't going to be seeing each other anymore. And,
No.
yeah, it was a real
Oh.
dog pile. Also, you know,
Do you want to put me on the phone with her?
no, she's not. It's nice. Everything.
No, I wouldn't be mean. I would just like we talk it out right here on the show.
Now, it's absolutely for the best.
Okay.
You know, when just different schedules, different,
Oh.
it just didn't work out. But so it was something.
You know
that,
what? We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. It was just the timing of it all, and
Yep.
since then since it's a long weekend, blood tests take a while to get back, so I've been spending my weekend sort of vacillating between generally fine and abject terror, and it's been whew. Been
Oh
empowering.
man. Well, good luck. I'm
Thank you.
you know that's I hope the blood tests come back with the results that you want to hear. I hope they
Yeah.
come back negative for
Yeah.
rheumatoid arthritis. And is that something they can figure out in a blood test?
Yes, that is in fact the thing they do to figure it out. They run tests for something that shows up in your blood that shows that your immune system is attacking yourself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Travis, I'm sorry to hear it. I've had a couple of like, nerve issues and like some just to undo crappy stuff that we have to deal with. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bummer, and wishing you very well with that. Let's hope your year is let's hope a couple positive things happen. Not the test results, but positive.
Let's get positive for that. Let's get
Yeah,
positive for COVID.
some good juju, good juju.
I appreciate
Sending some
that.
good juju. In the spirit of good juju, you know what, Travis?
Yeah.
I'm going to open a fortune cookie right now.
Ooh.
Do you want me to dedicate this fortune to you? Can I?
I would love that. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So I am forfeiting my fortune from this fortune cookie, and because his year has been a little wonky so far. So early. Too early to be wonky, but it already is. I am going to give Travis my fortune here. This came with, usually fortunes come with Chinese food. This came with Thai food that I had yesterday. I ordered a little Thai food.
Ooh.
My regimen for a fortune cookie. First, I eat a little piece of it first. That's what I've been told. You have to eat a little piece of it if you want your fortune to come true. All right. I read this fortune on behalf of producer Travis. Here we go. You are an artistic person.
Wow.
Let your colors show.
Well, that's, I like that. The people in the back.
You cannot see it, and also it's backwards.
Blurry.
Here's your blurry backwards fortune. Travis, do you want to know what your lucky numbers are?
I would love that.
3.
All right.
12.
Okay.
20. 35. 41. And then bonus, 23.
All right.
23. There you go. Travis, you artistic son of a gun. Let your colors show.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome very much, Travis. Wishing you good tidings for the rest of the year. Wishing everybody good tidings. Tell us what you're what you're up to. What you got up to this weekend? Did I want to gain? Says Kobe. I'm looking for sick gains in the gym, and Pierce has been disconnecting. So wishing you luck, staying connected, Pierce. Tim, thanks for joining us. Skill Killer, the rapper up in Oregon. Listen, if you wanna send some sick rhymes our way, I am all for it. By the way, if you put a rap into the chat, I will bust those rhymes. I will rap them on your behalf. That's unless it's filthy, unless it's like weird or filthy. Kobe says, "Did I watch the Alabama game?" No, I didn't, Kobe, but I know Alabama won, and it's going to be Alabama and Georgia. Alabama and Georgia will be playing for the national championship game and in college football, the bowl championship series. So roll tide, Kobe. Your guys are still doing it. Nicely done. And Travis, let's jump into the Twitter sphere.
Let's do
This
it.
is our first trending Twitter exploration of the new year, January 3rd, 2022, 11:24 a.m. on the West Coast, 2:24 p.m. on the East Coast, 1:24 in Omaha, Nebraska. All right, so there are a couple things trending, All right, Patton Oswalt was trending. Patton Oswalt, very funny comedian. I very much enjoy Patton Oswalt. I've gotten to work with him, interview him, and do some stuff with him a couple of times, and enjoy the heck out of him. So Patton Oswalt did a New Year's Eve show with Dave Chappelle. So two of the great stand-ups of our generation performing together. But Patton Oswalt is getting some backlash for performing with Dave Chappelle on New Year's Eve. And it's because Dave Chappelle's stance on trans people. And here's the thing. We're dealing in absolutes here. It's very difficult. It's hard. So a lot of people want to cancel Dave Chappelle because of his anti-trans stance. And that's a real tough undertaking because Dave Chappelle, he's not just hilarious, but he's also a cultural, he is a voice in pop culture. He's got so many fans, and he's a thoughtful cultural critic as well. Dave Chappelle had a really thoughtful, interesting special called 846, where he talked about the tragedy, the murder of George Floyd. And that really resonated. But then, like, I think you can there's gray area here. You can have good and bad. I think Dave Chappelle is one of the great comedy people, one of the great comedians of all time. And then the trans stuff, though, when he's very anti-trans in his stand-up, I think that's horrible. I think it's, he should stop that stuff. It's offensive. But do we cancel him? So Patton Oswalt was performing with Dave Chappelle. You want to click on this article, Travis? Let's see what Patton Oswalt. This is from the New York Post. Well, let's take a look at the New York Post. Yeah, just because Rob Schaefer makes a good point. It's silly that he apologized for taking a picture with his friend. It doesn't mean that they agree on everything. Taking a picture with your friend does not endorse their opinions. Yeah, so here's the picture. So if you have visual on this, and then if you can make that a little bit bigger, and I'll read what Patton Oswalt responded to his critics. Also, just Dave Chappelle's done some of the greatest comedy of our generation. The Chappelle Show, groundbreaking stuff. All right, here we go. I saw a friend I hadn't. This is from Patton Oswalt regarding his performing with Dave Chappelle, which is coming under a little fire for this because of Chappelle's stance on trans issues. I saw a friend I hadn't seen in a long time this New Year's Eve. We've known each other since we're teens. He's a fellow comedian and the funniest I've ever met. I wanted to post a pic and an IG story about it, so I did. The friend is Dave Chappelle. 34 years we've been friends. He's refocused and refined ideas a lot of us took as settled about race and history and life on planet Earth and spun them around with a phrase or a punchline. We've done bad and good gigs, open mics and TV tapings. We also 100% disagree about transgender rights and representation. I support trans people's rights, anyone's rights to live safely in the world as their fullest selves. For all the things he's helped me evolve on, I'll always disagree where he stands now on transgender issues. But I also, do you wouldn't mind scrolling up, Travis? But I also don't believe a seeker like him is done evolving, learning. Someone that long, see the struggles and changes, it's impossible to cut them off. Impossible not to be hopeful and open and cheer them on. Also, I've been carrying a lot of guilt about friends I've cut off who have had views which I couldn't agree or changed in ways I couldn't live with. Sometimes I wonder, and I did I and others cutting them off make them dig their heels deeper, fuel their ignorance with a nitro boost of resentment and spite? I'm an LGBTQ ally. I'm a loyal friend. There's friction in those traits that I need to reconcile myself and not let cause feels of betrayal in anyone. And I'm sorry, truly sorry, that I didn't consider the hurt this would cause or the depth of that hurt. I've been messaging a lot on IG today, back and forth, has really helped guide me in the writing of this. I naively deleted a lot of posts and in the comment thread, critical ones from LGBTQ writers and S posts by TERF anti-trans orcs looking for clicks and giggles. I wanted a nice comment thread about the pick with my friend. Ugh, so easy to think someone else needs growth and miss the point, miss the need in yourself. Gonna keep trying. Okay, gonna keep trying. There you go. Patton Oswalt, I think he states it well. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, I think you can be against someone's point of view, but also appreciate their body of work, years of friendship. So I appreciate where Patton Oswalt comes from, and I feel very similarly. I feel like Dave Chappelle is a gift to humanity, his work, but then he's got a horrible point of view on trans people. So yeah, those things for now they coexist. I feel so Patton Oswalt under fire a little bit for that. Also trending in the Twitterverse on this, the 3rd of January, 2022. Matt Damon, actor, Oscar winner, crypto shill. Crypto purveyor of crypto. Matt Damon is in the crypto.com commercials. And I was reading the Twitter thread a little bit about Matt Damon's, actor Matt Damon's newest appearance in crypto.com's latest ad campaign has prompted some discussion. So let's just scroll through and read some of these tweets about Matt Damon. Scroll back down a little bit. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm just going to read people's tweets about Matt Damon. I saw some interesting POVs, points of view, about him in his capacity as crypto.com spokesdude. Matt Damon. It's funny, by the way. I so closely link Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is doing commercials right now for a Vegas sports gambling website, and Matt Damon is doing commercials for crypto.com, and it's like, oh, these dudes, they're two different kinds of gambling. How did a couple of Boston guys who wrote the Good Will Hunting there, that's not really a Boston accent, I apologize, and yeah, now they're both touting some sort of legalized gambling, crypto, and sports betting. Okay, reading some tweets about Matt Damon. Okay, so this is an interesting one. I didn't even realize this. This must have been back in the time of Good Will Hunting. Never forget that Minnie Driver found out she had been dumped when Matt Damon appeared on Oprah and told her that he was single. Total D move. Okay, wow. And then there's a link to it. Interesting. 19 years ago. Okay. Saddest thing about Matt Damon's macho baiting crypto pitch, where the viewer must act now or he's weak, is that this is a top 3 classic pitch all financial schemes have used to goad men into forking over their paltry savings. Nothing has changed in 150 years. Yeah, Matt Damon in the commercial, in this crypto commercial, he says, "Fortune favors the bold." And then you see the astronauts, you see explorers setting sail on their giant ships. And then you also see a dude bro up in the club, like trying to mac on some lady. Do people still say mac on hey Travis, producer Travis, producer
Yes.
Travis, do the kids do people still say mac, like oh yeah, I was macking on the ladies in the club? Is that something people still say?
I bet they do in Boston.
Okay, so I'll take that as a no generally.
I haven't heard it recently. No.
Right, kicking game to the late? No, like what would you
No.
say? Hitting on ladies?
Coming on to is still around.
Oh yeah, that's been around. Yeah,
You know, slide into DMs has become
sliding
like
into
almost a
DM.
real life idiom.
Right.
But then again, I wouldn't. I wouldn't know.
Yes. Sure. I ask because I mean, you're out at the clubs all the time, right?
Oh, yeah, especially nowadays.
Yes. Travis, thank you. So yeah, in this commercial, there's like it's just this collection of like sort of like alpha male stuff, and Matt Damon is really pushing that. And yeah, this guy makes an interesting point. Adam H. Johnson on Twitter says the saddest thing about Damon is it's just like this type of pitch has been used to snooker people out of their money for a while. Ken Clipperstein says Matt Damon doing a crypto ad. Jesus Christ, does he not have enough money already? Yeah, I mean, so hey, maybe they paid him in Bitcoin. Maybe he got the Bitcoin. Maybe they gave him a stack of Bitcoins as tall as a fire hydrant. Who knows? Yeah, there's like Orville and Wilbur Wright in the commercial. Yeah, there's the dude up in the club. If you're watching this in real time, the astronauts, the right stuff. There they are, Apollo 13, going on their mission. And then you could join these bold adventurers of the people who invented flight, the people who went into outer space, and the dude hitting on a lady up in the club by getting into crypto. It's just there's something a little like gross about it. Something just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. There's some I don't know if that's like some kind of colonizer right there. That's Matt Damon's talking to. Who's that? Robert Byrd climbing the Mount Everest. I don't even know if that's the right reference. I'm conflating my explorers now. But yeah, let's scroll through, see if there are a couple of more tweets on this thread about Matt Damon. Matt Damon told me the great men of history would have purchased this for $250,000. Oh, then there's Eve Mass Formation Psycho 6 has a picture of what could be like an NFT.
This is the band Eve 6 who did that Heart in a Blender song.
Oh, gotcha. Very nice. Eve 6 who did who with the 90s hit "You Want to Put My Tender Heart in a Blender," "Rendezvous Till I'm Through With You." I remember that song. Matt Damon told me the great men of history would have purchased this crappy looking this 8-bit graphic looking NFT for $250,000. Very nice. Keep scrolling. It's wild when you can get Matt Damon what you can get Matt Damon to endorse these days with from Dave Itzkoff. They peer over the edge. They calm their minds. They steel their nerves. With 4 simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid. And then it says, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." Okay, that's fun. That's fun. I mean, I don't know if it was worth the journey to get there here, just because it's, but it's fine. Matt Damon sauntering through Battlestar Galactica control room. The great men of history had crumbs in their beards, just like you. Ah! Oh, Eve 6 is big on the Matt Damon train here. At Spider-Man and before the previews, we got Matt Damon in an ad for crypto, and my nephew yelled, "Whatever, Mark Wahlberg." And honestly, I cannot imagine a better roast. Very nice. Calling Matt Damon Mark Wahlberg. Bam. Gotcha. Eve 6 is just like really like 90s band Eve 6, all about this Matt Damon's all about roasting Matt Damon and his crypto his crypto alliance here. So there you go, Matt Damon and the crypto. Is Kobe says, is Betty White what going to be on or coming on TV? Well, maybe a tribute special. There should be. Let's actually let's jump to this Betty White story. There's I thought I found a list inspired by Betty White. This is from the Huff Post, and these are some ideal traits one might want as they're getting older. Some ideal traits from the Huffington Post. Let's click on this and let's go through. I would like to know. Okay, so Betty White chalked up her happy life to kindness and 17 secrets for living a happier and more fulfilling life. All right, folks, get your typing fingers ready. Get your pens at the ready. Let's see what Betty White. This is this is inspired by Betty White, and also in talking to old folks and Betty White's own words. So let's go through some of these, folks. I am doing a public service right now. I am going to extend your life. I'm going to help you to lead a long, happy life right now. Follow this advice. And I know we have some young folks out there with many years ahead. Okay, Pierce, I know you're a youngster out there. Folks, this is some good advice for you. File this away. Number 1, be curious about the world and the people around you. Never stop learning or asking questions. Be willing to admit you might not have it all or any of the answers, and that the answers might be different depending upon who you are and where you're at in life. Okay, be curious and know that you might not have all the answers. Very nice. Number 2, look for the bright side whenever you can, folks. This glass is 3/4 full that I'm holding, but it's not 1/4 empty. 3/4 full, not 1/4 empty. There you go. 3, when faced with the dark side, look for what it can teach you while you're there, and then bring those things back to you to the bright side. So if you're in a tunnel and Darth Vader comes at you with his pink red lightsaber, you're like, whoa, okay, I got to get out of here. But what can I learn from the dark side while I'm there? All right, makes sense? Boom, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Next, forgive when you can, including yourself. But if for whatever reason you can't, don't. Okay, forgive when you can, but if you can't, don't. That's a little like, yeah, I want to forgive, but I can't, so I won't. All right, simple. So I'll take it at face value. Number 5, say you're sorry. Say you're sorry whenever it's required, even if it's hard. Recognize that you probably could and should say it more often than you do. Listen, I'm sorry for not saying I'm sorry more often. Yeah. Hey, Travis.
Ah, yes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Oh, it's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And I'm
Number
sorry.
6. Oh, apology accepted.
All right.
Been waiting for that, Travis. Just kidding. Find
Sorry.
find something you love to do. Cooking, traveling, reading, visiting, petting zoos, arm wrestling, watching cartoons from the 80s, making outfits for your chihuahua out of old sweatpants, and do it whenever you can for no other reason than you can and it brings you joy. It calms you or it lets you feel at home in your body, in your head. Yes, find the things you love to do and do them. I love that advice. That's what I do. That's why I'm here talking to you guys because I love flapping my gums. All right. Number 7. This is a Betty White inspired list of how to live. Love. Oh, can we scroll? Can we scroll, Travis? Let's get a little scroll. Love something or someone every chance you get, but understand that love comes in all kinds of forms and none is necessarily more worthy than another. Okay. 8, allow yourself a few vices, whether it's Betty White's aforementioned hot dogs or Hallmark Christmas movies. I wouldn't call that a vice. I'd call that a guilty pleasure, or an occasional, oh my goodness, or an occasional romantic excursion with a stranger, and enjoy them without regret or apology or explanation to anyone, even yourself. There you go. Say yes to scary things that you suspect will make you grow or learn to be happy. Yeah. Like investing in crypto. Fortune favors the bold. See how I tied that together? Okay. Say no when you need to say no and don't feel guilty about it. I was talking to Travis about this a couple of weeks ago. Saying no as you get older and you realize, you know what? For my own mental health and well-being, I'm not going to do this thing that someone or some folks want me to do. Weigh it out and use that when you need to. Say no when you need to. Some people are very good at saying no, but some people are like I don't want to upset people, so I'm just going to say yes about everything. uh Number 11, find out who you are, what you believe in, and then be that person and believe those things whenever you can, even if it scares or shocks or upsets other people. All right. All right. Hopefully who you find out that you are isn't like a big old jerk and I'm going to be a jerk all the time. So, take it with a grain of salt at that one, I'd say. So all this stuff, I'd be like, advice is advice is like opinions are like butts. Everybody's got one. 12, understand that even if or when you figure out who you are and who you believe you can and hopefully will change, recognize and welcome the fact that who you were 10 years ago isn't necessarily who you are today, and who you are today isn't necessarily who you'll be in 10 years. Be kind to your past self, expect big things from your future self. I like that. A lot packed into that one. Jeez, that was a long one. Here's the thing. We all have listen, I was a different guy in high school. I was a different guy maybe in college or 10 years ago. So here's the thing about that. Maybe you went through a goth phase. Maybe you went through a phase where you were on some kind of fitness regimen or doing something. Oh, excuse me. So you're different. Allow yourself to be different. Accept and embrace. 13, learn what and who to hold on to and what and who to let go of, and don't kick yourself when you get it wrong. Yeah, we're human beings. Am I right, folks? I mean, I don't know. Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm a human being. I think you probably are too. Stacy says, and it's great to see Stacy with us. Take my advice, say no to scary things. All right. Stacy, that's good advice too. I Stacy, thank you for bringing me back to reality a little bit, because like there's some scary stuff where I'm like, uh, time out. No, thank you. Not gonna do it. So that can keep you safe for sure. Pierce says watching some YouTube videos, but hanging out with us, great. Yeah, Kobe says you're right, Stacy. Stacy, thank you for your wisdom. I want to add that to the list. Say no to some scary stuff. All right, we're almost at the end of this list, folks. And learn what to hold on to, what to let go. There you go. Don't compare yourself for your life to anyone else. That's just asking for the worst kind of trouble. You ain't them, they ain't you, and you have no idea how gnarly their demons might be. And here's the thing, this is a big one. Don't compare yourself or your life to anyone else. Because, I don't know about y'all, but I'm on social media like a maniac. I'm always scrolling. I spend too much time scrolling, looking at Twitter and Instagram especially. And it's very easy to look at these pictures of like someone's life or someone's achievements or someone's family or whatever it is and be like, damn, I got FOMO. I got fear of missing out. Or damn, that person has what I don't have. I'm jealous. That is a difficult, slippery slope. That is a tough game to play, because then you're never going to be satisfied. Appreciate others having whatever, and realize you're on different paths. Don't compare yourself to others. That's huge in this day and age. Number 15, give what you can when you can, without expecting or needing anything in return. Selfless gift giving. That's huge. Like, I'm I'm letting that sink in for a second, because I've given gifts before where I'm like, all right, what is that going to get me back? Listen, I ain't perfect by any stretch, and just thoughtful, kind, give. There you go. This list is so good. Go easy on yourself. Yes, be kind to yourself. Go easy on each other, but don't take crap from anyone. And that means from yourself too. Don't take your own crap. And finally, laugh. Laugh when you can. Cry when you need to. Remember what you can. Forget what you need to. And order the French fries instead of the side salad with your entree every chance you get. All right, eat the tasty food. You know what? That's not what I do. I mix it up. I go French fries a lot of the time, but then I will go side salad sometimes. All right. But there's a nice list of nice things to do. Is hopefully it brightens up and it makes some stuff that you are like. That wasn't all that stuff. It wasn't earth shattering. That was not an earth shattering list, but it was a nice list. Sometimes we need these little simple reminders. And I will remind you that it's 11:51 here on your Pal Hal show. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. Thank you for being here, and thank you for spending part of your day with us. It's 11:52 on the West Coast. It's 2:52 on the East Coast. It's 1:52 in Omaha, Nebraska. If you want to chit chat with us, I would love to have your participation in the show. Get your smart device's attention, use the magic word say, and then drop in anything after that. So just like this. Smart device, say, that list changed my life. Smart device, say, that list was dumb as hell. Smart device, say, I miss Betty White. And I would tell you, I agree. Or you can chit chat with us on YouTube, chit chat with us, and if you're live with us on YouTube. And please go to backchannel.tv and leave a little review of the show. That would be lovely. That would be just lovely. One other thing I want to talk about that happened yesterday, been trending yesterday and today. Antonio Brown. Did anyone watch any football yesterday and see this? I'll get into it in just a moment. First off, Rob Schaefer, our friend in Omaha, Nebraska. And by the way, regarding Rob Schaefer, if you find yourself in legal trouble in Omaha or the greater Omaha area, you could do no better than enlisting the services of Rob Schaefer, attorney at law. Rob Schaefer, attorney at law.
Hold on.
Oh, Travis, I tried to give you a good lead up there. What's going on, Travis?
I was trying to find the right Antonio Brown tweet because I sent it to a friend yesterday, and because the one.
Oh, I know, but
yesterday
I saw you scrolling, so I kept talking.
Yeah, it was a whole. Regardless, what I mean to say is,
Rob Schaefer, attorney at law. There you go. Thank you. Rob says, I do random acts of kindness. At the gas station, if someone is behind me, is getting a Coke or something, I will tell the cashier I'll get it. I then turn around and tell the person to pay it forward. Very nice, Rob. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Plant the seeds. Do good for other people. That's lovely. Thank you, Rob. All right. So, Antonio Brown, we were talking about this. So, the wide receiver who's had a lot of issues. He's had some domestic abuse stuff. He's had some erratic behavior from arguing. He got signed and cut by or traded to the Raiders, cut by the Raiders, let go from New England, and he wound up in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, and he lied about his vax status. He presented a fake vax card, and so all this stuff. But mega talent, like 4-time Pro Bowler, the guy can catch the damn ball. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, he was in the middle of the game, took his shirt off, and took his uniform off, his shoulder pads, then took his t-shirt off, threw that into the stands, threw his gloves into the stands, and then half naked ran through the end zone doing jumping jacks and waving at the fans. And yeah, it seemed to be a little bit unhinged. Now at this point, there's a lot of conjecture about why that was. Like, why did Antonio Brown by the way, Rob, Kobe says you are a good person, and I would second that. Rob Schaefer, not just a great attorney, but a solid citizen as well. Thank you, Rob. And Kobe, that's very nice of you to say. You're a good person too. Pierce says, who wants to play Fortnite? Thank you, Pierce, for that. In the middle of a show right now, maybe possibly another time. So a couple of thoughts about the Antonio Brown thing. I read one account yesterday that said he left the game because the coaching staff on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was not going to put him in order and call plays in order to help him find his Rob Schaefer says, thank you, Kobe and Hal. Of course, very welcome. He left because the Tampa Bay coaching staff was not going to put him in and call the plays that he would need to get $1 million bonus. So he had these contingencies in his contract that you had to have X number of catches, X number of touchdowns, yards. I'm doing football moves as I'm talking. And they were not going to help him in that. So that's what so he heard that, like, the coaches said that they weren't going to help him to achieve these metrics that would help him get these, the bonus, his $1 million bonus. And that's why he left. But now today I heard that he was injured, and the coach, so he was suited up for the game. He was already playing. He already had a couple of catches and like, a couple dozen, like 26 yards or something. And then he said that he was hurt. And the coaching staff said, get in there. And he said, I can't, I'm hurt. And they told him, if you're not going to play, you're off the team. So it's and that's why he left. Whichever way it went down, it looked like, yeah, just wild. It looked wild. So hopefully he's okay. There have also been some conjecture out there, some thoughts about, is he suffering some issues, some behavioral issues due to CTE, concussions. So uh, at the end of the day, I hope the guy is all right. Great football player, but yeah, a lot of issues the past several years. And yeah, Antonio Brown. Travis, you had said you were sending something around yesterday. Did you have any other thoughts on this Antonio Brown issue and the Tampa
No,
Bay
no, it was just in
Buccaneers?
my sports group text. We were discussing it. Being a Raider fan myself, I have a pretty firsthand is not the word, but I'm aware of the Antonio Brown roller coaster, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's hard. Tom Brady after the game had a pretty human quote about how at the end of the day, this is a dude that seems like he's in trouble in terms of like his behavior and could use some help and some care, regardless of the on-field behavior, because he didn't hurt anybody realistically on the field, even though he's had some pretty upsetting allegations off the field, which need to be
yeah.
absolutely investigated.
Hmm.
Um, and this is something, if you look at the timeline of him playing, there's something to be said about, if there needs to be more rigorous screening for mental health in athletes, especially if they receive the kind of hits he's taken. Like I remember back in
Yeah,
the 2015 or 16 wild card game, Montez Burfict basically knocked him out.
yeah.
And
I saw that hit trending yesterday as well.
I remember I watched that game live, and it feels like sensationalism, and it probably is. But people have said like, yeah, after that he was kind of different,
Hmm.
in terms of like from a personality standpoint. Not to say that's what happened, but overall it's unfortunate. And
Yeah, but you make a great point. It's a rough game, and so many of these collisions are like being in a car accident.
yeah,
The collisions you take on the field.
yeah.
So yeah, like I said, wish the guy well, and legal standing aside. Uh, but a difficult situation, but
Hmm.
a real wild thing to watch. I'll tell you that
Oh yeah,
much.
yeah.
It's 12:01 here in the home office in Southern California. Those were some trending Twitter topics, so you can talk about around the water cooler. Now we're gonna do our Twitter deep dive. So every day we take an account or a hashtag or something, and like see and go down the rabbit hole with our Twitter deep dive. And today, our Twitter deep dive, we're going to do more New Year's resolutions. And I will tell you, I will take out my gavel and see what the New Year's resolutions are. Hey, Travis, would you mind searching the term, just the words, new, like written out regularly, New Year's resolutions, rather than the hashtag? Because I saw that yielded
Right. That
more results.
there is one that's been catching fire called "My Resolution in 6 Words."
Oh, all right.
I think this may
Does
have
that
been
have a
Jimmy
lot of?
Fallon's. This may have been Jimmy Fallon's doing.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
Take a look. Let me know if you want to bail out. We'll do the original recipe. But my
Yeah.
resolution in 6 words seems to be getting a lot of traction.
Okay. Let's. All right. Oh, this is fun. Okay, that first one. Um, Hashtag my resolution in 6 words. Control facial expressions when not masked. What are you doing, lady? Natalie Segura says, control, like, so what are you like scowling at people? Are you cracking up a little too much? I guess the mask gives us a false sense of security sometimes with our, because like, yeah, it's easy to like, I put this mask on, like, oh, you can't see that like I am frowning, I am scowling, or like I can fake smile with my eyes, but I'm not really smiling. Okay, Very good. I hope this lady learns to control her facial expressions. Best of luck with that. Learn how to count correctly. That's a joke there. That's a fun joke there. They got 5 words, but it's my resolution 6 words. Very good. Very good. Complete last year's New Year's resolution. It's too late. You're done. You're done. Make a new one. Make a new one. Doesn't count. I will talk less and do. Uh, uh, in 1988, the late Israel Kawaniole, sorry for butchering his name, called the sound studio at 3 a.m. and asked if he could come record because he had an idea. He was so polite, the studio owner said yes, and even though it was too late, 15 minutes later he showed up, sang and played his ukulele, and recorded Over the Rainbow in just one take. And it's a very classic rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So this gentleman, bam, made it happen. Do the thing. There you go. My resolution in 6 words: microwave more fish at the office. Now that's just evil. That is just disgusting, horrific, and evil. You're going to fill the break room and the office with the smell of fish. Why would you? My New Year's resolution in 6 words: think, what would Betty White do? Very nice. And that goes back to the list we just read. I mean, she was a gem. She was a walking, living, just gem of a lady and a person. Next, my resolution in 6 words: take fewer pictures of plants. That's 5 words. That's 5 words, and you didn't even make fun of yourself for doing it the way the other guy did. So you're not recognized. Not recognized. My resolution in 6 words: not to burn the ramen noodles. How does that happen? How do you burn ramen noodles? Don't you just heat and add water? Don't you just add hot water? Like, what? Yeah, bad move. Yeah, if you're out there burning ramen noodles, step your game up. Pass the Equality Act in 2022 from the Human Rights Campaign. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I believe in equality. Eat more hot dogs and drink vodka. Betty White agreed. There's a Betty White gif there. Very nice. See some more. Survive Squid Game, the COVID round. Yikes. Yeah, please avoid COVID. That's a good one. Staying single for the whole year. And then there's a meme. What it's like to be in a relationship. Danger. Not only will this kill you, it will hurt the whole time you're dying. And it's regards to like getting electrocuted by a power line. Oh, your friend just joined the chat, Travis. If you want to pop Mariel's comment up. Mariel, what is up? Glad to have you here. Listen, relationships are not that bad. I'm married. Happily. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a wife guy. I'm a wife guy. My resolution in 6 words: no difference, just like last year. Okay, great. Let's try the other one, Travis. Let's real quick. Let's type in some resolutions that aren't beholden to the 6 words. Just New Year's resolution. New Year's resolutions. There we go. New Year's resolution. Great. Boom. All right. Let's power through a bunch of these. Let's see if we agree or disagree. You can let us know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All right. Bam. My New Year's resolution: stop making effort with people who don't make effort with me. Yes, Queen. You go, Emily Brown. I agree with that. You know what? If I'm going to give love, I need to get love. If I'm going to give friendship, I need to get friendship. Come on now. Great. Daniel Kibblesmith says, here's a New Year's resolution: write more. Write more Loki in any medium. I think folks know where to find me mostly. So is this guy a comic book writer? Does he write Loki? Writer, TV, comic books. There we go. There we go. All right. Yes, the people love Loki. The people have spoken. They want Loki, whether it's TV, whether it's comics, whether it's in the movies. Give us the Loki. Great. Japanese breakfast. That's a band, correct? My New Year's resolution is to stop using small pots for big pot jobs. Oh, there you go. Yeah, like when you're like the water, it overflows, you don't have enough room in the pot. Okay, step your pot game up. Thank you, Japanese breakfast. Jesse says New Year's resolution, no matter what, not letting life harden you and remaining curious, open, easy to love, and be loved. That's lovely. That's lovely. Don't let life kick you in the groin and just and take your joy away. Keep your joy. Keep your joy. And your curiosity and your zest. I'm not just talking about the soap. My New Year's resolution to be a better person in all areas. Could you be a little more vague? No, I'm just kidding. Good, good. Yes, be the best you. Be the best you this year. What's this? As New Year's resolution, I decided to start posting my art. So here's the almighty Raiden Shogun. And can we take a look at that? Okay. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Some cool a cool a Shogun lady here. Very nice. Scrolling. My New Year's resolution is to not cry as much as I did last year. Sure. But you do you. You gotta cry? Cry. My New Year's resolution is to go insane. Hey, let your freak flag fly. My New Year's resolution is to, okay, it's a little naughty. My New Year's resolution is to not feel like I want to, like I want to, yeah, like it is very depressing. So hopefully that person feels a little bit better, not feeling super depressed every day. My New Year, let's end on this one. Oh, two. We got two finals. My New Year's resolution is to stop calling people ugly that don't got anything to do with me. Great. Because that's harsh. Don't call people ugly, you know? Unless they've insulted you first, then maybe, or maybe just forgive. Listen, I am an imperfect individual. And finally, my New Year's resolution is to find a portal to another dimension so we can get the F out of here, dog. There it is. Those are New Year's resolutions. I would love that portal to another dimension thing. Like, yes, count me in on the portal to the next dimension. It is 12/12 here in the home office in Los Angeles, California, your Pal Hal show. It is 3/12 on the East Coast, going up till 4 o'clock. It is 2/12 in Omaha, Nebraska. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here with your Pal Hal. Please go to backchannel.tv and feel free to leave a review of the Your Pal Hal show. And also, feel free to follow me on Twitter at Hal Rudnick. I'm often asking questions that I will read the answers to on Twitter. So if you follow me, you can participate in little polls, little questions, stuff like wrong answers only, or our this or that polls and things like that. It is, again, 12/12. Very, very good. Very good, folks. Oh, this is a lot of fun. Right now, some of you may have seen we have a guest that we often have on the show. He's a regular. He's a kindly older gentleman that lives next door. His name is Grandpa Eric. And Grandpa Eric, wow, he's got something very exciting he's going to do for us. Grandpa Eric is going to do an a live taste test right on the air. Live taste test. Hey, Travis, are you there, Travis? Travis,
Yeah.
are you there?
Oh yeah.
Travis, Grandpa Eric is at the door. I have to let him in. Would you mind just taking the reins for one moment? I will literally be back in a flash.
All right, no problem. Just let me know when you're here, and we'll see Grandpa Eric in a second. Thank you, everybody, for joining us again this afternoon. We're going to jump back into the study of orchestration. And today, we will be looking at, let's see. Individual brass instruments. Horn. It is a mystery why the term French horn has persisted for this instrument in England and America, since most of the developments concerning its construction occurred in Germany. A possible explanation could be that the earliest orchestral uses of this instrument, around 1710, especially in Germany and England, horn parts were often marked with French designation cor de chasse, hunting horn. Bach, however, usually used the equivalent Italian term of corno d'acacia. In this book, we will refer to this instrument simply as horn. For those of you who aren't aware, this is referring to what we know in America as a French horn. It's kind of weird bending one, also called a cor anglais. Where are we? The unique status of the horn is apparent in many different functions within ensembles. In chamber music, composers have treated the horn sometimes as a woodwind instrument, other times as a brass instrument. And I believe that Grandpa Eric has arrived. We'll pick that up, maybe never. That was horn from the study of orchestration. Let's see. Looks like we got Grandpa Eric in the house. Let me let him in. Grandpa Eric?
What's that?
Grandpa, can you hear me?
You got to speak a little louder there, son. I'm an elderly gentleman.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course I can hear you. Why are you yelling at me?
Oh, good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be seen. How was your New Year's, Travis?
Could be better, but you know, I got a lot more to. I'll try again next year.
How much did you drink? How much alcohol did you drink?
I had exactly one drink.
Oh, that's not enough. You know how many I had?
How many?
I don't know. I blacked out in the middle of it. Oh, don't stop. Don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. First off, you know what? You know what my secret to longevity is? I heard you guys talking about a list.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a list of your secrets to longevity?
Betty White's 17 Secrets to Longevity.
Oh, I never had the pleasure. But my secret to longevity, and I carry these everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What does this say?
If I'm trying to read it backwards, pitted prunes. That's a
Prunes.
bag of. Oh.
Listen. Oh. Prunes.
Jesus. It's like emerald.
Start eating those prunes. Prunes help you stick the key in the ignition, jump start your system. Let me ask Travis. Can I ask you a personal question?
I would love that, please.
Have you ever been irregular?
Yes.
Prunes.
All right. Good answer.
Eat them, buy them, open the package, eat them, close the package, put it away, take it out again the next day, eat more of them. Or eat more on the same day. Prunes.
Can you have too many? Is there a limit?
I mean, whoa. You got to know when to say when.
Okay.
You don't want to make a rookie move with the prunes. Because you don't want to be playing a game. You don't want to be playing a game of gin rummy with your friends, and then you start becoming a gastropod. All right, you don't want to blow out the joint with your farts. Are you an avid farter, Travis? Travis, how often do you fart?
A few times a day. I wouldn't call myself.
Oh, and are they real stinkeroos?
They're about mid level, I'd say. Depends on what I'm eating, you know, most of the time.
All right, very good. Well, speaking of eating, I'm going to do the taste test today. It is the almond challenge. So we have the 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 official almond of the Your Pal Hal show, Mariani almonds. These are Mariani whole premium almonds. And going up against the Mariani almonds are Trader Joe's dry roasted, unsalted. All right, so let's see. Are these roasted? Are these salted? Are these dry roasted? Are these dry salted? Are these spit roasted? All right. We are a multi-generational family who's been growing almonds in sunny California for decades, the Marianis are. We are dedicated to creating quality and nutritious foods that contribute to your vitality, blah, 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 blah. All right. Trader Joe says Trader Joe's almonds are grown in the Central Valley of California, where weather conditions are ideal for production of California's finest quality almonds. There you go. All right. Now, nutrition information is very similar here. 170 calories, 180 calories, 21% total fat, 19%. All right, okay. Very nice. Now, let's try some almonds. First, it's Trader Joe almond. That's almond. That's an almond. A nice crisp almond flavor that leaps into your mouth. Like you bite into it, you know you're eating an almond. There was a nice crunch to it. It's dry, but a little flaky. Skin comes off. All right. One almond down. Let me cleanse the palate. This is Grandpa Eric reviewing your almond. You know, you could do a lot worse when you're hungry than to have a handful of almonds. I remember one time I was riding the bus. I was going to a doctor's appointment, I believe, and I had some almonds in my pocket. And then I dropped it on the floor. And then a lady picked up the almond off the floor and she ate it. And I said, well, that was just on the floor. And she said, well, you going to eat it? And I said, no. And then she said, what's your name, fella? And I said, well, they call me Grandpa Eric. And I said, what's your name? And she said, my name's Sapphire. Are you looking for a good time? Well, I'm not going to finish that story. All right, Mariani almonds. Let's go. A little harder to chew. I think it's more of a raw. This is dry roasted. This is raw. I'll tell you what. The dry roasted is a little tastier. The raw tastes a little dusty. I'll tell you that. I know this is the official almond of the Your Pal Hal show, but yeah, not. It's tastes like it's been in the bag for a while. Got a little bit of a dusty flavor to it. Doesn't pop the same way. Doesn't have the same kind of crunch as the dry roasted. So I remember another time I was walking down the street humming a tune. I was just humming a tune and eating almonds. And then I looked across the street and two cars had a head-on collision. It was a grisly crash. The cars caught on fire and the ambulance and the fire department came. And then I continued down my way, humming a tune and eating my almonds. And you know what? I was very thankful to have my little almonds that day. Ooh. Travis.
That sounds terrifying.
Are you an almond enthusiast?
Oh yeah, in fact, I have sort of the third dimension of this triumvirate. I have the Trader Joe's raw almonds right here with me.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Wow, we've been we've really done a disservice to the official almond of the Your Pal Hal show, Mariani Almonds today. Really singing the praises of the Trader Joe in comparison. Now, Travis, let me ask you this: do you enjoy? You ever enjoy a cashew?
Now and then, but they're lower on my nut tier.
All right. What about a walnut?
Oh boy, do I! I got those. That's my right hand. Almonds left hand,
Oh,
walnuts right hand.
all right. No, what about a nice peanut? Do you have like a nice handful of peanuts?
Get that away from me. I don't want it.
Come again? I think I misunderstood. I think I heard you say, "Get that away from me."
I don't need peanuts in my life. I don't want them around. I don't want them near my family.
What you got? What's your problem? What happened to you?
I don't like them.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I don't like peanuts.
Oh, oh boy. Oh, I don't feel well.
Oh,
I have to
boy.
go.
Okay, hold
Hearing that news
I'm
that
sorry.
that someone doesn't like peanuts. Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to cut this one short. I don't feel well. At the end of the day, I would say Trader Joe's wins the almond challenge versus Mariani almonds. But support Mariani almonds anyway. It's a small family business. By the way, none of these almonds are paid endorsements from the Your Pal Hal show. This is all pro bono. I wonder if Rob Schaefer's ever taken a pro bono case. Oh, Travis, that news, what you just said about peanuts. Oh, I'm gonna be ill. I am going to go home and I'm gonna go home and spit up. I'm gonna go home and spit up. All right. It's been very nice seeing everyone. I hope I'm okay after what Travis said about peanuts.
I'm sorry.
Would you take it back? Would you take it back? Would you change it too?
I wouldn't. Okay, I'll put it this way. If there's some peanuts in my Thai food, I'm not gonna send it back.
Oh my! Oh, I'm having chest pain. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. All right. It's a pleasure seeing everyone. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
That feels cruel. I don't see how I should be responsible for him feeling ill just because I don't like peanuts. But these things happen. I feel like Hal put him up to that. All right, looks like Hal's back in the building. Yeah, this is
Travis.
Yeah.
Grandpa Eric just left here in a huff, and he didn't seem well. What happened? What did you say to him? I was in the other room petting the dog.
He asked me if I like peanuts.
Oh.
I told him no.
No, you can't say that to Grandpa Eric.
What? I didn't know.
He loves peanuts.
I didn't know that. He was on here doing an almond review.
You've probably heard this before. Your point of view in regards to peanuts is hurtful.
Okay.
It's disrespectful, racially insensitive, hateful. So maybe just reevaluate. Maybe
It's a new year. Maybe it's high time I reevaluate my stance on peanuts.
Also, if Grandpa Eric dies, his blood is on your hands.
Well, that hardly feels appropriate.
Yes. Also, in addition to that, Grandpa Eric will come back and haunt you.
Oh, God. That'd be a lot.
Yeah. And he'll sprinkle you with peanuts while you're sleeping.
Can they do that? I didn't realize ghosts. I was thinking to myself, I don't even know him that well, but then again, most hauntings, you don't know the ghost that well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, you're at a seance.
Right.
And you're like, let me speak to my great grandma.
Or you're on John Edwards crossing over.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Yeah.
Folks, it's 12:28 here on the Your Pal Hal show. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please go ahead and go ahead and communicate with us by talking to your smart device. Use the magic word "say," and you can say anything after that. Smart device, say, "I love peanuts." Smart device, say, "Cashews are the nut for me." Or you can chit chat with us on YouTube. Go to the chat in YouTube and join us there. And also, go ahead and leave a review for us at backchannel.tv. 1228 on the West Coast, 328 on the East Coast, 228 in Omaha, Nebraska. All righty then. Now let's jump into the weekend's box office numbers. That's right. Let's see what did what, when, and how this weekend at the box office. Movies played, people went, tickets were sold. We're going to tell you right here in the US what the box office numbers were. Top five. All right, coming in at number 5. This is a film that's also playing on HBO, HBO Max. It's the fourth film. Oh, it's the fourth film in the Matrix franchise. It is Matrix Resurrections. Matrix Resurrections coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 5 with a grand total of $3.8 million. $3.8 million. Rob Schaefer had a great point. Rob Schaefer had a great point in regards to Travis and Grandpa Eric. Sounds to me like Grandpa Eric has a case of intentional infliction of emotional distress. Travis? I don't know if you saw Rob Schaefer's comment, but
Oh. All right. Well, now that the law is no longer on my side, I guess I have to reflect on my my words.
Or just be a little more gentle. Like let him down easy.
That's fair enough. All right. You're right.
Also, your friend from the Soviet Union joined us again.
This is an inside joke. This is good. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Love it when the Cyrillic alphabet makes an appearance on the show.
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. So, by the way, The Matrix Resurrections, 3.8 million, coming in at number 5. So far, it's made a grand total of 30 million domestically, 75 million internationally. That's 106 million worldwide. And the box office, I would think, is absolutely affected by the fact that you can see it on HBO Max. Coming in at number 4, this weekend's box office, the story of Kurt Warner, NFL quarterback, American Underdog, starring Zach Levi, Anna Paquin, Dennis Quaid plays Coach Dick Vermeil, and American Underdog, 4.1 million, and so far it's made 15 million at the box office. 15 million. Coming in at number 3, The King's Man. The King's Man. This is the third installment in the King's Man franchise. And The King's Man took home $4.5 million. And yeah, it's not exactly setting the world on fire at the box office here. and it did get sort of middling reviews. 19.5 million domestically, 28 million internationally, worldwide $47.8 million for The King's Man. All right, coming in at number 2 at the box office, riding the success of its first movie, the sequel to Sing, aptly titled Sing 2. Sing 2, coming in solid box office, $19.6 million. And so far, domestically, Sing 2 seems like a kind of movie you can bring the whole family to. $89.6 million, internationally $54.8 million, and worldwide $144 million. $144,568,000. Sing 2 coming in at number 2 in the box office. And the number 1 movie, yet again, no surprise to anybody, Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home, ruling the box office, setting records, stacking chips, exploring multiverses, bringing numerous Spider-Men together. So the domestic gross, $609 million. $609,892,000. International, $759 million. Worldwide, you ready for this? 1,368,000. I misunderstood. I lost control of my use of numbers for a moment. This number's so big. 1,368,892,000. There you have your weekend box office numbers for New Year's weekend. And yeah, wasn't a huge movie-going weekend? I think a lot of people were just kind of taking it easy, but yeah, put up some good numbers from Spider-Man and Sing 2. And but yeah, it's tough. Like I was saying, with that Matrix movie, there's a lot of stuff that is available on streaming, and I think that absolutely, like, there's no doubt that affects the bottom line at the box office. And speaking of streaming, now we're going to jump over to it being brand new year, 2022. We're going to look into what are some TV shows that we're going to be looking forward to in 2022. And Variety came out with a list of the 40 most anticipated new shows of 2022. So there it is. Thank you for bringing that up, Travis. So we're going to walk through this and maybe talk about it. I'll let you know how interested I am. And if you have any thoughts, please tell us how interested you are in any of the shows that we bring up. And we'll see what are some of the big shows coming up in 2022. Kobe says, go get your dog. Maybe I'll bring him in tomorrow. Kobe. Come back. Lil Wayne, aka Peter, will make a guest appearance again. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll let him know that you said hi. All right, let's scroll into this list. Let's scroll into 2022. Bel Air on Peacock. There you go, right out of the gate. So Peacock had a successful relaunch of Saved by the Bell, fun Saved by the Bell reunion, the new class or whatever it's called. And the return to Bayside. Similar thing is happening with Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but from what I hear, This is going to be a little bit more of a dramatic, realistic take, not fully the straight up sitcom take of the Will Smith version. There you go. Reboot of the very popular, super fun 1990 sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, simply entitled Bel-Air. And looks like fun, moderately interested. The Boondocks. The Boondocks is coming to HBO Max, and The Boondocks is a beloved cartoon, animated show coming back to HBO Max. Great, great. I know a lot of people love that. Very cool. I probably haven't watched as much Boondocks as I should. I am interested. I'd absolutely take a look at this. And if you want to hear my thoughts on streaming, I'm lucky enough to do a show with the smartest guy in streaming. His name is Lon Harris. And he and I talk about what we watched and all the streaming news on our show, Binge Boys. Binge Boys. You can find Binge Boys wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you find your podcasts, you can find the fun podcast Binge Boys, where we review shows, we talk about news, and we goof around a whole bunch. Great. Hulu. Oh, and the Binge Boys is produced by producer Travis.
Hello. Just a quick thing about this. I'm curious who they're going to get to play the role of Grandin on Boondocks, because that was played by the late great John Witherspoon.
Oh, John Witherspoon.
Iconic voice.
Yes. Love his work. Love him in Friday movies, etc. The Dropout on Hulu. This is about Elizabeth Holmes and her Theranos company. I think there are a couple of Elizabeth Holmes-based shows coming out. So this is one of them, and it stars Amanda Seyfried. We'll see how that is. Let's keep going. The First Lady. So this is a show that's going to deal with different first ladies throughout the history of the White House, and I guess fictional or dramatizations of the accounts of what they did. This looks like it would be Michelle Obama, and again, maybe it's interesting. You don't know until the reviews are out. But could it be like sort of an American version of The Crown? Like what is the take on this going to be? Is it going to be just singing their praises? Is it going to be dramatic? We shall see. Let's keep going. The First Lady, that's coming out on Showtime this year. Fleischman in Trouble, don't really know it. Let's keep scrolling. I'm just going to talk about the ones that strike a chord in me. It's got a couple good actors: Jesse Eisenberg, Lizzie Kaplan. Gaslit on, Travis.
Real quick, that was the show that kept Lizzie Kaplan out of the Party Down reboot.
Gotcha. Got it. Thank you for that. Gaslit on Starz stars Sean Penn and Julia Roberts. And you got a powerful duo there. And it's a modern take on the Watergate scandal. There you go. Let's keep going. The Gilded Age on HBO. This looks like to be, maybe a turn of the century, the 20th century, and not striking a chord in me. Let's keep scrolling. Oh, Julian Fellows, who created, so from the guy who brought you Downton Abbey. Interesting. I do enjoy some Downton. I do enjoy venturing out to Downton. Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix. This looks like an anthology series. Let's take a look at this description here. Episodic anthologies and a few are few and far between, but they are some of the most creatively exciting series in television. the television has to offer, because they can take viewers into wholly new worlds in each installment. Coming from the curation of filmmaker Guillermo del Toro, those stories are bound to be boundary pushing and genre redefining, even if they all center on or near horror. The series is expected to play with traditional ideas of horror by mixing in magic, gothic influences, among others, for 8 original stories, 2 from del Toro himself. That sounds really interesting. I'd definitely be willing to check that out. And Guillermo del Toro has proved himself to be a master of horror and fantasy and sci-fi genres. So very interested in that. And having different takes. I think The Shape of Water was a really thoughtful take on sort of on some classic horror tropes. Creature from the Black Lagoon, etc. Halo is coming to Paramount Plus for you gamers out there. Pretty self-explanatory. Hopefully the Halo TV series is fun, watchable, good action, etc. Hopefully they do Master Chief proud. Oh, here's a big one that I think many of us are waiting for. House of the Dragon, HBO, from the folks who brought you Game of Thrones. The Targaryens are back. Where are my dragons? Where's the mother of dragons? Where's the father of dragons? Where's the grandma and grandpa of dragons? Let's read this synopsis here. Rather than capitalizing on the success of Game of Thrones with a sequel that spins off one of the characters that remained alive at the end of the original epic's 8-season run, HBO is continuing the franchise with a prequel series. Based on George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood, this show is set a few hundred years before the events of Game of Thrones, following the Targaryen Civil War that became known as the Dance of the Dragons. The first season consists of 10 episodes, and HBO execs have been seeing footage come in for months now. So while the show may not be right around the corner, its arrival is certainly getting closer. There you go, House of the Dragon. Looking forward to it. How I Met Your Father, there it is. The sequel to the wildly popular How I Met Your Mother, How I Met Your Father. There you go. I'm sure it's like just going to be a mirror image of How I Met Your Mother. If you're a fan, if you're a fan of that of How I Met Your Mother, it's for you. That is for you. Inventing Anna on Netflix. Not familiar. Let's just take a quick look at the synopsis. It comes from the wildly creative and successful mind of Shonda Rhimes, or created and executive produced by Shonda Rhimes. This limited series launching in February is inspired by New York Magazine's article, How Anna Delvey Tricked the New York's Party People. Oh, I'm very interested in this, actually. So Anna Delvey is this woman from, I guess, Eastern Europe, from Europe, maybe Eastern Europe, who was essentially, just not particularly well off, normal person, who went around and told people in New York, like people who were wealthy, elite, high society, the movers and the shakers in like the big money people in New York, that she claimed that she was an heiress, someone who had millions, if not billions of dollars, whose family was loaded, royalty, industry, all sorts of money. But the thing is, she was lying. She was lying. So Julia Garner from Ozark, who's fantastic, Emmy winner from Ozark. Julia Garner's excellent. It is playing the Russian-born fraudster Anna Delvey. There you go. I would be very curious about this. Very curious about this. This looks like a lot of fun. The Kardashian Jenners, Hulu. You know what? you knew they were going to resurface somewhere. Keeping Up with the Kardashians called it quits with their 20-season run on E. And yeah, that cash cow wasn't going to go just go out to pasture. No, they were going to come back in some way, shape, or form. And of course, because you got the three sisters, like in this picture right here, Kim, Chloe, Courtney. You got the mom, Chris. But then, yeah, you got the Jenner kids, Kylie and Kendall, and then you've got all the babies. They are setting up like a family tree of shows that they are going to watch and that they are going to do. That like they are just in an ingrained part of society. Just an ingrained part of society. The Kardashians. So there you go. Let's keep scrolling here. Crapopolis. Fun title. Animation from Fox. Oh, from Dan Harmon, who already has Rick and Morty and Community. And this animated comedy from Dan Harmon with voice actors that include Ted Lasso's Hannah Waddington and What We Do in the Shadows, Matt Berry. So we've got some very fun talent attached to this, and yeah, looks to be a fun show. I mean, if Dan Harmon is attached to it, first animated. So it says here, the first animated comedy to be curated entirely on the blockchain puts it in a completely different conversation. Fox has been dabbling in NFTs with such series as The Masked Singer, but this is a much larger commitment, with the company launching a dedicated marketplace for this show. Fans will be able to buy exclusive digital items, from a one-of-a-kind character and background art to gifts to tokens for special social experiences. The show itself is set in ancient Greece and follows a group of flawed humans, gods, and monsters trying to run one of the world's first cities. Interesting. So yeah, that's taking the tech aspects to the next level. Very interesting. So that's going to be worth following. Law and Order is coming back to NBC. There you go. Produced by Dick Wolf. Law and Order needs no introduction. Oh, this is interesting. A League of Their Own from Amazon. So great movie from the 90s with Gina Davis, Tom Hanks, Lori Petty. Is becoming a series. And let's see. I'm going to scroll. So Penny Marshall, rest in peace, Penny Marshall. Baseball film. Yeah, doesn't say who's in this, but yeah, there you go. And another major motion picture.
We know
yeah.
Abby Jacobson, right? Isn't she supposed to be leading in this?
Oh, gotcha.
I learned
Yes.
that on Binge Boys.
Oh, nicely done. See, there you go. Thank you for the reminder. Abby Jacobson from Broad City. Great, funny show. And last one, we'll come back to this list another time, but last one, highly anticipated, from Amazon. Amazon, the home of Wheel of Time. They're really pushing their chips to the middle of the table in regards to fantasy stuff. Lord of the Rings. Amazon's Lord of the Rings. Let's see what it says about the Lord of the Rings series on Amazon. So the epic and expensive streaming prequel to J.R.R. Tolkien's titular novel franchise will premiere September 2nd, set during the so-called Second Age, which is thousands of years prior to the events of both of the books and The Hobbit. The drama series follows an ensemble cast of characters who have to confront the long-feared reemergence of evil to Middle-earth. That ensemble features Cynthia Day Robinson, Robert Amario, a lot of actors who are new to me. Yeah, not exactly household names, but yeah, I will be very curious. It's kind of a nice collision there. You got the dragons, you got the House of Dragons, and Lord of the Rings, both coming to TV. Listen, at the end of the day, it's an embarrassment of fantasy riches. There you go. Let's return to this list. We'll return to this list and talk about other shows to look out for in 2022. But folks, we're getting close to the end, and there is one more segment that we do. You might say to yourself, okay, what's that?" You know, this is rejected segments. So this is a segment that was not good enough for the show. And you might be saying, like, wait, but you know, you did like there were some other questionable things in the show. You wouldn't make it one of those segments. And I'm like, no, this is a rejected segment that did not. This was like really, it was not quite good enough to make it into the show. And this segment is called Hal Pretends to Get Possessed and then strangles himself with a devil hand. So I have a devil hand right here. And so like the like we were saying, oh, what if like I pretended to be like, oh, help, help. And then it's like, oh, the evil is coming. And then it was like, oh no, help, help, help me, help. The
Al?
devil hand,
Al?
the devil hand, it won't let go of my,
Al?
it's choking
Al?
me. What?
Al.
Yeah, Travis, what's
Yeah.
up? What's up?
We're pretty much deep in the segment at this point. We're doing it. We're in it.
You're right.
Yeah.
I said the rejected segment was Hal gets possessed and then fights a devil hand.
Yeah. No, I know. And
then I was like I didn't stop at explaining it. Like I did it.
Yeah.
Oh, Travis.
Yeah.
Travis, I blame you for that one.
That's fair.
I blame you.
Yeah.
But you know what else I blame you for?
What?
Coordinating a great show. Thanks, Travis.
Thank you, despite the tribulations. Thank you very much.
You know what? Listen, you pulled it together. Thank you, Travis. Folks, thank you so much for spending some time with your pal Hal. What a fine time we had. What a rollicking fun journey this was. And I will be rejoining you tomorrow at 11 a.m. on the West Coast, 2 p.m. on the East Coast. Please come back and join us, whether it's on your smart device, whether it's on YouTube. Love having you here. I want to thank everybody who hung out with us today, including Rob Schaefer, Pierre, Kobe, everybody. And I want to thank the folks at Backchannel, and I want to thank producer Travis for holding it down. I'll talk to you tomorrow, y'all. Thanks again. Bye-bye.